Hey there, responders and RMPs. Chrissy Brooks here with Hypothetical for the month of January. We are changing it up. You'll notice the format's maybe just a little bit different. We're only going to be requiring 2 hypos a month. They're going to open on the first, they're going to close on the last day of the month. So 2 hypos done anytime during that month. Don't wait till the end because I will be bugging you a whole lot. So let's go ahead and jump in for this January 2026 hypothetical. Grab that decision tree. We're going to read every word out loud because you know what? It's good practice and it's going to keep our mind fresh. So here's our hypothetical scenario. You're called to the belt line where this package has been discovered. The contents are not leaking, but the box is damaged on the outside corner. The package is not generating heat, smoke, visible fumes, vapors, or irritating the skin or eyes in any way. Answer the questions below based on this scenario. So, which box does the decision tree lead us to? Well, we're going to go ahead and read through our decision tree here. So, is the leaking package generating heat, smoke, visible fumes, vapors, irritating the skin or eyes in any way, or leaking too large of a quantity to absorb or neutralize with available supplies? No, it's not. So, does the package have a diamond hazard label? We do. We have a radioactive diamond hazard label. So, we're going to move on to our next box. As we are going through this box here, is the package bearing a diamond hazard label with one of these materials prohibited in the UPS small package system? Explosive, blasting agent, inhalation hazard, poison gas, spontaneously combustible, poison or toxic, radioactive. It is radioactive, but this says 7, yellow 2 and 3. And if we look at this, we have a white 7, 1 on here. So we have a white 1, radioactive 7. So this is not on our prohibited list. So all no's, we're going on down here to our next box. Is it explosive, dangerous when wet, infectious substance, radioactive 7, white 1. So that is what we have. So in our red box right here, we're getting a yes. That's going to take us down here to this red box. So this red box is refer to the appropriate containment sheet, follow the chain of command, and notify your environmental coordinator. So red box, we are not going to clean up this spill. So the response or containment sheet that we are going to utilize is going to be our radioactive containment sheet. So go to your containment tab and find your radioactive, which I believe is, yep, the second to last, page 19. Page 19 has got your radioactive. All right, going on to our next page here. What is the third statement under hazards on the response sheet? So if you notice, this is where we're going to change a little bit. This is going to be cleanup response. So these are going to be questions that do require you to read through your response sheet. So make sure that you have an actual copy of your decision tree with you. All right, so hazards. Package bearing the radioactive yellow 2 or yellow active 3 labels might emit a higher level of radiation on the surface of the package or prohibited in the UPS small package system. If such packages are damaged, follow the chain of command. Radioactive white 1 packages emit no more than 0.5 milligrams per hour on the surface of the package. Radiation at these levels are encountered in many activities and poses minimal risk to health and safety. So that's the one. There it is right there. Radiation at these levels are encountered in many activities and pose a minimal risk to your health and safety. Released material from damaged packages can cause low levels of external radiation exposure. Released material entering or contaminating the body can cause internal radiation exposure. Some radioactive materials cannot be detected by commonly available instruments. Do not attempt to clean up this material. Do not attempt. Follow the chain of command. Notify your environmental coordinator. I believe this says, yes, notify the environmental coordinator. I couldn't remember what the decision tree called them. All right, so moving on to our next question. What personal protective equipment is required for this response according to the response sheet? So if we look, we need goggles, boots, gloves, and our apron. So goggles, boots, apron, and gloves right there. Wear your PPE. man, it's on you. It's on you if you get hurt and you're not wearing PPE. So make sure you've got that PPE on. What did the response sheet or containment sheet tell you to do that applies specifically to this damage? So, response action steps. Minimize radiation exposure using the following practices. Do not handle or move the package. Keep all people away. Cordon off the area a minimum of 15 feet around the spill using tape and or cones. Deny entry into the area. Keep all sources of ignition away from the package. Contact the environmental coordinator. Contact the outside responder designated for radioactive shipments for further instructions. Identify potentially exposed individuals. Send for medical assistance if the individual is injured or incapacitated. If possible, without handling or moving the package or entering the isolated area, obtain package information for the consultation with the outside responder or consultant. Okay, so what did we get? Do not handle or move the package. Keep all people away. I believe that that is, yes, section 1, answer A, right there. So question or statement 1 under response action steps, A is do not handle or move the package. Keep all people away. And then, what is the minimum required area we should cordon off according to the response sheet? 50 feet, 30 meters, 15 feet, or 10 yards? Which one of these is correct? Well, if we go back to response action step 1, response B, cordon off the area a minimum of 15 feet around the spill. So 15 feet is our answer to that one. And then I know that I need to get to that operator's quick, or excuse me, I know I need to access the waste disposal flowchart through the operator's quick reference guide. And I know how to get there. That's the important part. Do you know how to get there? If you don't know how, watch this YouTube video. It shows you how to do it. All right, so then going through our waste disposal flow chart, we've got a spilled or leaking liquid or powder that's been surrendered to the DMP. It spilled outside, it did not spill outside of a vehicle, did not enter a drain, does not have reportable quantity. And you know what I just realized? We activated the chain of command. So we don't use the waste disposal flow chart, right? We don't use the waste disposal flow chart because we're not disposing of the waste. The outside contractor is going to come in and dispose of our waste. So our waste disposal flow chart is not used for this damage. We're going to activate our chain of command. All right, so moving on to our next page here. This is our compliance information. So have you completed your DOK for being a responder or an RMP? DOK is your depth of knowledge. So your depth of knowledge is a series of questions that if an inspector like an EPA or OSHA inspector would come in, they might ask you these questions and you're expected to know the answers to them. So that is important because we want to make sure that when the inspectors come in, we know what we're doing, right? And we just want to know this for general knowledge. It's the depth that our knowledge needs to be at. So make sure you're completing your DOK. That's not something that health and safety keeps track of. That's something that the operation keeps track of. So ask your manager where you should be turning in your DOK paperwork. So I'm sure you don't already have January's done. So still working on it. How about that? If you need the DOK, shoot me an email and I'll get you there. So have you signed in to ETT this week? This week. This question asks this week. So like right now, go see if you can get into ETT. If you can, awesome. If not, reach out. Now that peak is over, we're going to start getting people back into ETT again, right? And then I've signed into the MFA this week with my own RAC FID and generated my own passcode from my own token. Hopefully, yes. If you're getting that AZ access denied error, try changing your PIN code. That might be all that you need. Otherwise, again, give me a shout out. Shout out to your health and safety supervisor or compliance supervisor. They will help get you in. All right, everybody's favorite page. Make sure that you are putting your full name in here. And then also make sure that you are putting your employee number just your employee number, not at ups.com. I know, I sign into stuff that way all the time too. And then drop down your division, drop down your center, and smash that submit button. That's all I got for you guys today. I went kind of long explaining some new things, so I hope you like the new format. I'm always open to feedback, so please let me know, and like and follow for more content. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great one.